Bronny can go in front of ESPN.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga gonna do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
Yeah. But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shador.
Right, it's about to get worse.
Dion already doing that. We all saw what we saw. You know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's
it's like when you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off me. No, don't touch me. Was it worth the $30,000? Now? In the moment.
In
the moment.
Use up.
You remember? Was it bingo night? Or was it? 44. You know what we doing this show, boy. We flow, boy. But I'm going to keep it high level. This is going to just to give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. this whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undefeated.
Oh, come on. And me playing basketball, and I just want to light up.
He's getting up.
And show, yeah, we doing this for real.
He's first.
I want to go rebound.
Shoot. This one?
Cut that up. I got a match. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's ugly. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. Y'all know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear it from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song I got.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
You think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what, big dog?
Yes.
I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now.
Let's get it.
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it. Hey, blah, blah, blah. What's cracking like I'm back into the jack in? Let's get into this today. Oh, we got a lot to talk about. Cats out here set tripping, as they say in them streets. Yeah, we got to talk about Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. It was hovering around that border of like, man, I ain't about to talk about that. But then the sports world reacted to it, and more importantly, Klay Thompson's involved. I don't know why I was even hesitating on that, but boy, is some life lessons in there. And we got to dive deep into that because y'all know they used to call me the love doctor. Real spit. Dan Lebitard used to have a segment with me every single week where I would just take relationship questions. Why? Because I've been in relationships before. Damn it, like everybody else. We got to talk about Mike Vrabel, and there's a lot of calls, louder calls for him to resign or to be fired. We're going to see what's real from fake. Is it that serious? And Diana Rossini, what's the next layer in that? Kevin Durant under fire. People are saying Kevin Durant is not contender worthy. Do not get Kevin Durant if you want to win a championship. We got to talk through that. Lots of topics here. And finally, I got to pay off the fact that maybe, Neil deGrasse Tyson is right about what's going on in our universe. People always want to say, what's going on out there? Neil deGrasse Tyson breaks that down. There's a lot of topics out there. Well, first of all, I got to show love to all you guys and make sure you understand that I love you. I appreciate you guys. So there's a lot to talk about. We still got to do the top 10 list with the offensive linemen. Yep. And they messed up. Let me just tell you, y'all can stick around for that. They messed up big time on that. We got to continue with that. Lots of stories to talk about and the reactions all around the sports world. Now, without further ado, show some love to who you guys are, the chat. Y'all be showing love in here, and y'all getting in here more and more. The show is growing because y'all are rolling with your boy. You're rolling with your boy. Andrew Nance, shout out to you, big dog. Francisco Aguilera, number 4. Adrian Robles, number 3. Universal Trappers, number 2. And Stomp is always stomping y'all at number 1 position. Love for everybody who got themselves up and said, let's rock, Wiley. What's up, Doc? Let's rock. All right, well, you know us. We start off with tidbits, notes, what's going around the sports world. It's some interesting finds I see. People out here starting to give Wemby his flowers as he deserves them. Let's hear it, Shaquille.
I think Wemby is the first perfect big man that's ever created. Can shoot, free throws, play defense, play offense. He's a great team player. I'm happy for the Spurs. I'm happy for Wemby. And for me, in a long time, he's a joy to watch. I don't usually, talk about
like any big man. Like give any big man credit. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking out loud.
I don't usually, enjoy the big man how they play now, but he plays it so perfectly. I actually accept the way he plays. So if he wants to shoot jumpers, I'm fine with him. But to me, he's like the perfect big man.
Blah, blah, blah. I approve of him, right? Like all the times that Shaquille O'Neal's watched big men since the time he retired, none of them qualify. But now it's Wemby. And look, you can't argue with that. You can't argue with what he's saying about Wemby. Wemby shoots 91% from the free throw line. What the fuck? In the playoffs, what are you doing? Like, you can't argue with that. Even though you can make a lot of arguments that there were other guys who should have been accepted by Shaquille O'Neal and the God complex that he has for being the best big man, right? I mean, look, you can't argue with the most dominant player we've ever seen, right? Like Shaquille O'Neal, I'm talking about little Shaquille O'Neal and big Shaquille O'Neal. Making movies Shaquille O'Neal, rap Shaquille O'Neal, clowning Kobe Shaquille O'Neal. Every version of Shaquille O'Neal until the very end was too much for anybody to handle. Too much. It was just insane. And right now, Wemby is showing you, you ain't the only one, hold my beer. Because Wemby, right now, this is playoff Wemby, 21-8-4. That's cool. That's good. That's great. All right, respect. This is insane. 54 from the 3, 91 from the strip. He big. 7'4". He doesn't straighten his legs out, so he probably even taller than that because he runs like a young giraffe still. Like he's still got to grow into his body. 7'4", can dribble, got handles, got shot. Not a punk in the paint. Come on, y'all. Wemby is it. He is IT. Right? IT. Golly, he's sick with it. And he's doing some crazy stuff out there, stuff that we don't see from big men. You didn't imagine that Kevin Durant was going to have a baby with, who is that? You know what's funny? I think he's like he's like a three amigo. He's like Kevin Durant mixed with a little bit of the Kawhi, healthy Kawhi, and Shaq. And I tell you why Shaq, because whenever you get into the paint, you his barbecue chicken. Like he either offensively and defense. I saw him yesterday try to block a shot. He put his head through the net. Like he jumped up and then he went through the net with his head and had his hands outside the rim trying to do this. Like Shaq at a point was like air traffic control. Like Cass was like, nope. Especially offensively when he had the rock. Nope. He just a lot. Y'all beat up in the comments, tell me what he's a hybrid of. But it seems like if I had to pick 3 players, definitely Kevin Durant just by build and style. And like, damn, that long, linky, Gumby dude over there hitting it. Step backs. He could do step backs. Chris Paul taught him that. I saw it in the video. Insane. Insane. Well, he ain't the only one insane. You know, if you really want to go there, we're going to talk about it. It's a lot of great topics today. Goodness.
Someone will win 6 rings and 6 finals MVPs before someone does that again. Tell you that much right now. In an NBA playoff game, a family 10-0 run, including an alley-oop from father to son. You can live to be 500 years old. You will never see something like that again in an NBA playoff game. That would have been fucking sick in a rec league game at Equinox. If you and I, Summer League at Equinox, game was in the balance. Crazy shot from me, 3 from you, alley-oop from me to you, leaning 3 from me. We would talk about that the rest of our lives. This happened in a playoff game. James family 10-0 run.
Come on, y'all. Let's be real. Al Bundy's still somewhere bothering Peg. Like, Peg, like, what are they, Meg, Peg? I think it was Peg. She was so fine. Golly. I don't get when people be talking about like redheads ain't as fine as blondes and brunettes. First of all, everybody thought blondes was the finest. Remember that? And then when they switched it up when Three's Company came out, they're like, Janet kind of fine too. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, whatever. But then the redheads always was like, they definitely third place. And then Married with Children came out. I was like, excuse me, Dougie Fresh. I think they first place. She was insane. You know what else is insane? This. In 2,418 games played, Jordan and Kobe have 11,939 combined assists. In 800 fewer games, basically, LeBron James by himself has 12,000 assists. He has more assists in fewer games than the 2 other GOATs combined. That's crazy. Ain't it, Jay? What's she order? Some fish fillet? What's crazier is this. He's also the leading scorer in league history. Now, I could cook the books like that. This is what media does to you all the time. And I could just go off right now. I can say that's it. End of the video. Go. Black. Right. I'm not going to do that to y'all because this is what you're supposed to say when you hear that. But how many games played to get the most points? You got me there. Point being, damn, dog. If y'all arguing the GOAT, y'all just need to clear y'all throat because you're going to be arguing for the rest of your life. There are so many stats that support everybody damn near. Like, you know what I mean? Jordan, yes. Kobe, yeah, some. LeBron, hell yes. It's just insane. And we got to talk about that too as well. As Stephen A. Smith went on his tour, I think he was at WrestleMania, something like that. He starts talking about Michael Jordan, which makes him not talk so nice and glowingly about LeBron James. So we got to talk about that as well. But let's just keep going with these tidbits. This is fun. This is a good way to warm us up. Nice appetizers over here. You ever go somewhere? Let me get some appetizers. This is why I know somebody ghetto, because my family does this. They be like, oh, can I have? I'm like, just order. Let me get the, hey, let me get the prime rib. Okay, baby. You getting that. Yeah, you getting this too. Steve Kerr says that Draymond is the best defensive player ever. Didn't he play with Dennis Rodman over Scottie Pippen? I can't even say it. Pippen been Pippen since Pippen been Pippen and Dennis Rodman. Draymond Green is the best defensive player I've ever seen. And I played with Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. Okay, let me say this. Sometimes you can't see the forest from the trees. I understand that, and especially when you on one tree and then he's on another tree, you don't see how big that tree is. Right? It's the same thing that happens if you go to New York City and you walk up and you walk in and you're like, oh, you know what I feel like doing today? I feel like going to the top of the Empire State Building. Who hasn't done that if they're in New York? Now, when you're sitting there at the bottom, about to go in a lobby floor and you see the security guards there, they ain't even got no guns. What the hell are you doing? You looking up, you see the King Kong and all that. You look up, you're like, oh, that's tall as hell. Yeah, it is. But wait till you get perspective. Go to the 107th floor. Then you're like, damn. You look out the window, you're like, damn. Oh, just wait. There's more. There's perspective. Then you go out on the terrace. The wind start hitting you. You start seeing airplanes underneath you. You're like, God dang. And then you dare yourself to really get perspective. Look down. Oh, hell no. You like, dog, I was just down there and ain't no way it looked like it does up here. It's like when you go on a roller coaster, you're like, oh, it don't look that bad. And they go, you're like, why in the hell did I get on this? And you literally are like, yo, I want to raise my hand and walk down this little ladder. You want to get off. You're like, and then they like, goodbye. Steve Kerr, have perspective. I know you played with those guys, so you probably didn't appreciate them like you should have. Now, you are now coaching Draymond, and he's not only something you appreciate because you can see the effect. Draymond's an insane defensive player. Let's not get it twisted. At the same time, he's also executing what you want. So he's actually borrowing from you in a way that Pippen and Rodman couldn't. He touching parts of your body, your mind, your body. That makes you say, damn, this dude's the best. He curling your toes. Pippen and Rodman couldn't curl your toes. They was out there giving you hell in practice. And you never had to go against them really in games. So you really don't know what they could do in defense. They hemming you up, and it's practice. And as much as you say you're going 100% in practice, it's always a governor. 88%. Ain't nobody going 100% in practice. It's impossible. You can't lie to yourself. Your body's like, dog, this ain't real. Chill. And you're like, no, I'm running my gassers. I'm running my suicides. Oh, I'm going up and down this court. I'm covering all 94 feet. Yeah, kinda. You get into a game, shoom, 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 shoom. So you never had to deal with the wrath, and now you're going to say he the best defender ever. Beat it up in the comments. I don't like to tell Steve Kerr, who knows more basketball than I forgot. Or he forgot more than I know. Yeah, that way. I don't want to say that. I don't want to, like, slice him up and slight him. At the same time, Draymond is better. Who's better, Pippen or Rodman? For my money, it's Pippen. I mean, I don't know if people really remember Scottie Pippen. Look, his PR campaign ain't the same as Jordan, so obviously we're not going to respect him the same. His likability is not the same. I don't care. You're not going to market me buckets. I saw buckets, and I saw you ain't getting none. 1 through 5. He would guard the hardest dude, and then Jordan get the second hardest dude because Jordan needed that energy to go get the offense going. I get it. I wasn't even slighting Jordan, but I was like, I know Pippen going to pick him up. Them long old arms, and he had the perfect agility. Like, he could go lateral, he could go, oh, Pippen was it. What are y'all doing? Y'all be letting these people take. Same thing happened to Michael Jackson. We're going to talk about that at the end of the show. We're going to review that. And also Jay-Z. Yeah, I got to write that down. Michael Jackson, Jay-Z, and Janet Jackson all got a little beef going on. How the hell? Michael ain't even here. He in it. Let's talk about that. But real, this is what they did to Michael Jackson. I'm going to say it real short. This is one version of Michael Jackson's life. He lived a childhood. Obviously, he got robbed of his childhood because he had to live in front of 100 million fans and everywhere he went. So his playground, his romper room was a stage, and it was a concert venue. Okay, pretty tough to be 7 years old and you're already touring. It is life, a great life. So then he does this. He makes an insane album with his brothers, Jackson 5. Man, I can't sing. And then all that, we heard that voice. That turns into Off the Wall, which may be the best album ever, but then, I'm sorry, we can't really say that because Thriller comes out, and then we're like, that's the best-selling album ever, but is it really better than Off the Wall? But then we don't really know because Bad comes out, and people are like critically acclaimed, that's the best album. You're like, what the hell? Then all of a sudden, he started getting into the business affairs and Sony, and I want to buy catalogs and all this stuff, big business. I want to take over networks. Okay, guess what happens to him? Like it happens to all of them. Scandal. You did this. Well, we ain't really got proof. We got proof. People who used to love you, now they turning on you. They want money. On video saying he was the best guy ever. I love hanging out with him in Bubbles. Next video, oh, you know what he did to me? Nah, I don't know. Next thing you know, I'm supposed to listen to Billie Jean different because you said maybe he did something and then he didn't do something. Then he did something. You ain't changing that. You ain't changing that with your, oh, one day he did something, next day he didn't do something. I don't know. That's what they did to Pippen. Same thing to Pippen. We forgot about Michael Jordan ain't won a championship without Pippen. Same is true for Pippen, but they ain't won nothing without each other. And all of a sudden, because Scottie Pippen got a bad wife, his ex ain't nothing. Yeah, I said that. I met her before too. I was like, oh, she fine. I can see why he got caught up, but damn, she be moving. Whoa, she moving bad. You think Megan Thee Stallion acting up? Boy, lots of pimping is doing pimping. Been pimping, since Pippen been pimping. Ooh. So anyway, all of a sudden I'm supposed to look at Scottie Pippen like he ain't a bucket? Like he ain't gonna destroy you on defense? Because he got a bad ex-wife? Because his braids are loose? You remember he had the braid face? Jordan be wearing them Jordan jeans. He got liquor store eyes. Yeah, like, what? Who cares if Jordan can't dress no more? Except when he wearing Jordan stuff. Y'all getting misguided. This is why you got to come back to this show so I can tell you the truth. Oh, man, he ain't nothing. Why? Well, you know. No, I don't. I actually don't. So I think Scottie Pippen's the best defender I've ever seen because he guard more positions. Rodman was the best, like, with a point, with a spear tip. Like, Rodman, him, and him all game. Some power forward or something. No problem. Pippen, you just wake up, you're like, ugh. Him. No. Never mind, Scotty. Him. No. Let me breathe. All of them, Scotty. He like, got him. He was like Voltron out there. Damn it. Y'all don't got no love for Scottie Pippen. I can't talk to y'all. All right, y'all. Let's talk about the most underrated skill. And I know y'all not doing y'all part because I'm not. It woke me up. I watched my son yesterday in basketball practice. They were warming up so I didn't set trip. But part of me was like, hey, boy, you better focus a little more. Hey, boy. And he's a boy. That's the only reason I call him a boy, because he's 10. Hey, boy. In my head, I'm like, you need to focus a little more. They warming up, though. Hey, boy, you need to look at coach when he's talking. That's my generation. Hey, boy, stop dribbling the ball when coach is talking. Like, that's me. I got PTSD of real discipline. I coach 6-year-olds like they 16. I'm like, you better go faster. What do you mean? Faster. If I had some ice cream, how fast would you get here? Well, then I need that right now in this drill. Oh, yeah, that. Well, it's a skill to work hard, dog. It's a real skill.
I genuinely believe that playing hard is a skill, because if it wasn't, everyone would do it. And, you know, when I came in and, like, I'm trying to tell you about this guy, Chris Babcock, he's like, you need to stand out. He's like, nobody picks up full court. And you need to make that your calling card. And so we got in the gym 3 times a day, got in elite shape. And he's like, you're going to pick everyone up full court, and that's what you're going to hang your hat on. Target. There's so many ways to the top, y'all. Be real. Like, TJ McConnell, like, everybody has seen him at every gym. It's always a dude that's in shape, like, better than the most. Like, he's in better condition. He's undersized, but, you know, it's not a hazard because the way he's working, and he can work that way all game long. And you look and you squint and you're like, nothing stands out until you put ball on the court. And then you realize that every sport is a game of skill, but ultimately it's a greater game of will. And he is willing to do what no one else is doing on this court. Now the question is, are you? That's why I love the journey of athletics. I love youth sports because it's all imagination. Even if you got a sensation, you got a 10-year-old stud, calm down. You got a 10-year-old dud, calm down. That dud could turn into the stud because I've seen the stud turn into a dud. Oh, temptation comes, puberty hits, distractions go, work ethic wanes. You never been in second position. You don't know what it feels like to be in the back. You don't know how to handle it when you're in the front. Oh, it happens all between the ages of 10 and like 18. So all these parents losing their voice because they got something or they don't have something. Relax. Aaron Rodgers, relax. Relax. This is what it could turn into. One day you just say, I'm building blocks for something that is grander than what I'm dealing with right now. Nobody in the world would have said that TJ McConnell's going to be this dude at the age of 10. I'm certain of that. Now look at him now, and it starts up here.
And it's something that I've created an identity about. And if you play really hard and make life hell for the other team, I mean, the other stuff like the offense, that shit will fall into place. But if you're going and playing to exhaustion every time you're out there, like I said, it gives you a chance to make a roster and to get more minutes. I mean,
hey, look, we know that necessity is the mother of invention. So therefore, he kind of needs to do that because there's no other skill set about him. Look, we know he can shoot and all that, but I'm talking about there's no other skill set in terms of his athleticism, his talent that's going to make you say, I don't care. I still got to have him. He's not Kevin Durant. You know, like no matter what, 6'11" can dribble and moving like that and can shoot. Yeah. He's not. So he knows he had to invent something in him that other people are not trying to create, which is hostility and chaos on the court 24/7. So the other people suffer from the curse of the gifted. I'm so good that I ain't got to do all that. That's why Kevin Durant, that's why LeBron James, that's why Wemby's are so insane. Because they are the most talented. Oh, and you use your gifts fully. Fully. It's crazy. Now you have a guy who's undersized or whatever trying to figure it out. So he usually is the hustle guy. We've seen him 1,000 times. Oh, it's always the undersized guys who have the biggest heart and go out there and try the hardest. Because they don't suffer from the curse of the gifted. But when you see somebody gifted, that stood in the line of talent 2 or 3 times. God, let me come back. Hey, God, can I cut? Can I get some cuts? You're like, yeah, come on. Give you a little more. Give you height. Give you weight. Give you size. Everything. He doesn't have that, but he got something else they don't have.
I feel like I've made a 10-year NBA career on, just outplaying people. I mean, you have to have skill, obviously, but just making life really difficult on both ends.
Blah, blah, blah. I love that segment right there just because when you make life hell for somebody else, guess what you do ultimately? You create another opponent. The goal is to create another opponent. We all see the one that's wearing red jerseys and we see the one that's wearing blue jerseys, okay? We see the Crips versus the Bloods today. And now, welcome to Nickerson Gardens where we have the Los Angeles Crips versus the Los Angeles Bloods. So, they gonna go at it. But the key is you entering their head to make them now play against themselves. You ever been there when you got that Bruce Leroy glow? Yeah, sure enough. And you now got him fighting himself. You could just get out the way now. That's why people like to do smack talking, trash talking. They trying to create another opponent, make you think about something else, have you out there thinking about your thoughts. And if that happens, I could just get out the way. Because a thinking man's a slower man. And in a game that's going this fast, you thinking? Gone. You got to train yourself to be conditioned so that everything's muscle memory, all instincts, all impulse. You can't think. They say that cognitive thought is 6 million times slower than intuitive feeling. I'm going to say it again. 6 million times slower to think of something than to feel it. Example. You walking down Slauson, you like, man, I'm about to hit this right. You hit that right, you just immediately like your stomach turn like, I don't know about this. Then you start to think about it. Your thoughts way later. You already felt it. Now, nothing may happen, but at the same time, you were prepared for that play. Simple as that. Man, beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. I love that. Show that to the itty bitties. Show that to the itty bitties. Get them to work. I don't give a damn I don't care where it's going to go. Just work. Simple as that. And speaking of working, some people are saying that it ain't working with Kendrick Perkins. It's saying that Kevin Durant, he ain't it when it comes to contending teams. We're going to talk about that, obviously. Megan the Stallion and Klay Thompson getting ugly. And I ain't even going to blame Klay right now. I'm going to just tell you right now. Call me misogynistic because I know you will. Megan did too much. She's just doing too much. But we're going to get into that. Real layers, real spit, how we do on this show. We got Vrabel and Rossini, the latest. People are really trying to go at Vrabel right now. It's turning, right? Rossini, she just out there now. You beating up on a dead dog now. And there's a joke in there when I say dog. But you beating up on a dead dog right now. And Vrabel, now it's your turn. Now they starting to call for your job, et cetera, stuff like that. Let's talk about that and much more. We're going to get into the debates. Jay-Z stepped into this. Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson, who wasn't even in the movie, got her brothers back, still in legacy. So let's get into that. Who's here? Who's rocking with your boy? Let's see our top fans and then our members as well. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, become a member. I think this is the best show on TV because you put me on your TV, don't you? Hey. And more importantly, we're going to talk about everybody. We're going to talk about everything. And we're going to talk about it the way we do, for real. You know that whisper at the water cooler? You know that group text message that you have that's real and authentic? I'm not talking, we're not doing the show where you're out at the cocktail party. That's other shows. No, we like, yo, that's ugly. That's straight up. Let's go. We got GTO at 5. See you, baby. Darren, the Jedi Knight 4. DCD Bums. Andrew Nance, my dog. And Stomp is still number 1. That's what he does all day and day, every damn day. C. Dola, member, says KD a 3 washed. You better chill. You know Kevin Durant's my favorite player. Isn't that crazy? I'm the type that can say he's my favorite player, and then it's time to talk about him. And not such a good way. That's just the way world goes. Kendrick Perkins about to talk about him. This ain't going to be pretty. Let's go.
Is he still a desirable player? Is he still the number 1, as we talked about that last block, for a team? Perk, your thoughts?
Hell no. Hell no, he's not. And look, I believe that Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer to ever touch a damn basketball.
This is a Merrill, right? One of the two. Yeah. Yep. Stephen A. Yeah, because the hell no was unnecessary. Like, all right, bleep. Unnecessary roughness, Kendrick Perkins, 15 yards, repeat first down. Repeat your first phrase. You're still speaking of Kevin Durant. Oh, bucket. And you said, hell no. Now, you didn't say no. You didn't say, I don't know. But it's weird. It would be somebody lesser than Kevin Durant, but, ain't really stepped in it before, don't have their personal history or issues with you like before, or doesn't have the resume, and then you'll say, well, it's up for debate. But when it's Kevin Durant, this is your chance to stamp it. It's your chance to flex. It's your chance to be like, yeah, I said that. What?
I believe that Kevin Durant, because, man, fix your body language, S.A. Fix your body language and hear me out. Hear me out. I believe that he still puts the ball in the basket better than majority of the NBA. But let's go facts over feelings right now, and let's keep it a buck. The Brooklyn Nets, disaster.
Chill. A big toe, a size 21 instead of a 22, whatever the hell you wear. Injuries every day to somebody else, including himself. Didn't they get bought by like a Russian vodka company or something? They were getting ran by a vodka company. I don't know how he made his money, but come on, y'all. Disaster? You had big names that didn't add up to championship because it only adds up for one team every year. So I don't give a damn how many big threes are out there. There's only one big three that's going to win it all. But disaster? If we call that a disaster, what about all the non-playoff teams? What do you call them?
The Phoenix Suns ran through 2 or 3 coaches. 2 of them was championship caliber coaches. A disaster. What did the Phoenix Suns do this year? They made it to the postseason. They were one of the biggest surprises in the NBA. Okay, fast forward.
I don't like that. Now, he didn't say anything wrong. The Phoenix one is kind of, you got Devin Booker and you, like, whatever. I will say this, though. The expectations that he didn't live up to are the expectations that they set. And they're setting them in a disingenuous way. They're not setting these expectations, just like he not responding to this sincerely. Gun to head, do you want Kevin Durant to be on the contending team, yes or no, Kendrick Perkins? He's like, please don't shoot. I was just doing TV. Come on, y'all. Like, let's not be silly. Oh, he didn't help Houston this year. Houston didn't help himself either. Sometimes it's just on you. And sometimes it's about you. And sometimes you was just there. You know the difference? See, this is why like Kendrick has never been asked at the NBA at the highest level to be the dude. And I can say that humbly. I was asked for years to be the dude. Like, isn't that crazy? So it's a different expectation. Imagine a Hall of Famer, how he feels. And I'm not a Hall of Famer, but I was a damn good player at times where they were like, yo, it's on him. The defense led by Marcellus Wiley. You know what I mean? I'm on the defense with other dudes. So I know what that feels like. And I know when you live up to those expectations that they set or you don't. I've been on a team with Rodney Harrison, Junior Seau, myself. Dog, defense. We weren't even number one in the league. I've also been number one in the league. Bruce Smith. Insane. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? This is how they mess with your name. This is how Michael Jackson, all of a sudden you can't listen to Billie Jean the same. Because they mess with your name.
Let's look at the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets last year got to the first round. I believe they pushed the Golden State Warriors as the number 2 seed to 7 games, if I'm not mistaken, 6 or 7 games. I believe that the Houston Rockets did give up a guy in Jalen Green that they drafted with the number 2 pick. They did give up a guy in Dylan Brooks, who's a culture setter, to get KD and some picks. And all of a sudden you bring to the Houston Rockets, what has been the biggest knock on the Rockets this year? Their chemistry is so bad to the point where
I missed it. I wanted to look. What's my man? Which one is he? Desus or Mero? What he doing? He just having fun. He just playing around. He ain't said a word either. Keep going. Keep going, Kendrick.
So bad to the point where people were questioning, is Ime Udoka still a good coach?
Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to question if Kendrick Perkins is a good analyst because I know he is. But, Okay, let me do this. This is what the problem. This is why athletes should only be trusted so much because they got to earn the rest. Academically speaking, this makes no sense. And I get tired of seeing this happen every single year. We use last year to prove this year. Where if you've ever been in any statistical class, any stats class, any class that just says play with the numbers, manipulate variables, no arithmetic, no equations, no logical fallacies, you got to bring all that together, philosophy and arithmetic. If you ever really listened in class, not just was taking a break from practice, used to see this, all these athletes in class, ain't nothing but a break from practice. Stop talking about ball shit. Nobody care. We gonna practice later, dog. Right now, listen. Do you know what a numerator is? What? What you call me, homie? You call me the N-word? Oh, man, I can't talk to this fool. Hold on. Okay, good. All seriousness, let's go. Kendrick. In the wise words of Nick Saban, I tell every single team every single year, you are not trying to repeat what they did. We are not repeat champions. Teams, they always get lost in that. Oh, we're going to defend our title. He said, defend what? This ain't the same team. He's like, every single person from that team ain't here. They're not the same. And you know what's more important that no one even says, no one even respects? The teams we're going to play are no longer the same team. I'll give you an example. Imagine 2 years ago, you had Indiana on your schedule. You're like, in football, college football, we play Indiana, wash. At the car wash, wipe them. You have Indiana again this year, and you thinking, about to wipe them. We added another good player in the NIL. We got better. They're still Indiana. What had happened was every single year you are a different team and you're playing different teams and how they are. But in our minds, when we articulate it, we make it seem like everything is static. So then you can say stuff like this, which is a fallacy. Well, they were this that year. He comes and now they're not as good or they're the same. I thought he had impact. You didn't even measure what they changed that wasn't even better. And you didn't even measure what other teams changed that made them better. The Indianas out there. That's just a deep way of saying this is some BS that people do all the time because they don't really think through it. Now, nobody got time to do that at the barbershop, so we just argue. Man, last year they did this and this year, but you don't talk about number 4 on the bench, number 5, talk about the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th guy changed up. It happened to me. It happened to me once. We traded away our tackle, John Perella, who was a man. And then everybody was like, Wiley, why didn't you get as many sacks? I can make an excuse and say, well, I didn't have the same tackle. I wanted to say that, but I don't. I just eat it. I'm like, all right, I got to play better. I got to do better. But the real was, this sucker got pushed every play. I turned the corner, quarterback right there. He gone. I turn the corner, quarterback like, I'm gone too. I'm like, where the quarterback at? Little stuff like that. Little stuff, y'all. Well, they beating up KD on ESPN. But you know, in the independent world, independent space, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. So respect to Kevin Durant still getting his flowers, and he going to get his flowers right now.
Detroit got a – so we had a discussion yesterday on the pod on 520 Films, and I said Detroit need to trade for Kevin Durant.
I'm on now. There it is.
Yeah.
There it
You like that better be it?
Yeah, because Denver already got 3 niggas on the wings that can score. I ain't saying like KD, but shit. All 3 of them niggas on Denver, Peyton Watson them can play over there with Detroit, bro. And they'll be okay.
They desperate for another
bro.
scorer, and Kevin Durant is still playing at a high level. That'll take so much pressure off K and so much pressure off Kevin Durant to do everything.
100%, bro.
See, solutions. Anybody who's been in a good relationship knows everybody can criticize. Everybody can say, you didn't take out the trash. Everybody can say, God, why'd you pay that bill late? Everybody can do that. But who got the answers? Who got the solutions? Oh, I can hear my wife right now saying, I hear you. You told me all the things I did wrong. Okay, can you just give me a simple answer? And I'm like, ain't nothing simple. And vice versa, right? So be real about that. Oh, man, we need to be real about this. Kevin Durant is still a bucket. So he needs to go somewhere where the buckets count for more than just 2 and 3 points.
I think it'd be an easy fit. Like, for us, like, I think that's
you
that's
ain't got to
the
do
move.
too much to get him.
That's the move.
You got to get up off that Duncan
And
Robinson contract.
Houston, they damn near, they got to rebuild. They got to start all over.
Yeah.
Who would you trade
Who I'm trading
from Detroit?
Go ahead and get. I know they like that Thompson twin. They want to link the brothers together. They go ahead and put the brothers together.
Oh, boy, that's a sick ass roster.
Yes, that is a sick roster. Cade Cunningham coming down. I may give you buckets. Maybe I won't. I give it to Kevin Durant. We just showed you yesterday how Cade Cunningham has the most turnovers in his first 3 games than any player in NBA history. 24. What? 24 turnovers in 3 games. Since they've been keeping that stat, no one named that guard. Him too. So do something instead of complaining that Kevin Durant ain't this. Hell no, Kevin Durant. You talking about a top 15 at worst player of all time. Y'all always trying to write obituaries when y'all need to just be writing new destinations. Wileyism. They always want to talk it. Okay, well, here's a destination that we've been to before, but we're going to travel differently. Stephen A. Smith, got a question for you.
Someone call him the GOAT, LeBron James?
LeBron James? I don't call him the GOAT. Savant. Basketball savant.
But not the best player of all time.
No, Michael Jordan. There's nothing to discuss. There's nothing to discuss.
What's the crowd feel about that?
Yes. I know what I saw. See, when people are booing, all you showing is your age and your ignorance. You don't know no better. There's no way that you could watch Michael Jordan and LeBron James and think that Michael Jordan is not the GOAT.
All right. So either your age, your ignorance, or the combo of both is, if you've seen both of them, there's no way. Now, this wins in terms of entertainment. That's why we're playing the clip, because it's entertaining. But when you sit down and then you start to think, you're like, wow, what just really occurred? You're trying to tell me that the guy who's top 5 at worst, most people would say number 2 at worst, if not number 1, of course. There's no way that I can carve out, I can selectively perceive him as number 1. They're trying to make you think that this isn't a photo finish race, or they're trying to make you think like he blew him out, like he lapped him. They're not on the same lap. He's on lap 4, he's on lap 5. That's what they're making us think. Let's keep listening so we can think more.
All right, so they asked, so let me break it down for you. Michael Jordan has 10 scoring titles. Michael Jordan was a 9-time All-NBA defensive team member.
Okay, now let's throw out the loose one and beat it up in the comments in real time and help me out. 10-time scoring champion, great. We just showed you LeBron has more assists than Jordan and Kobe combined with fewer games. So that means he's not only getting his points because he's the leading scorer in all-time NBA history. LeBron's all-time scorer, and I have more assists than you and Kobe combined by a lot in fewer games. Seems like I'm assisting more offensively than you. Seems like I'm helping put up more points on the scoreboard than you. Because assists, somebody else got it, I helped them get it. Point being, that's one way you can look at it. Defensively, you saying, oh, he's an NBA defender. Okay, I don't know how many times LeBron was, but I do know how many times they said LeBron guard everybody while getting the most points, rebounds, and assists. All I'm saying is the race is closer than when they exaggerated. Kevin Durant, should he be on a contending team? Hell no. Close that gap. That's how Stephen A was looking like. Oh, my God. Now they ask you, is LeBron the GOAT? Hell no. You don't know nothing. You age and you're ignorant.
Michael Jordan won 6 titles, 6 NBA Finals MVPs, never once allowed a game to get to a championship series to get to a Game 7. Never once. That was in his 13 years in Chicago. We ain't counting the 2 years with the Wizards. He was trying to become an owner, and they needed him to come out of retirement to have an ownership stake.
LeBron trying to own that Vegas team too, kind of. He also was trying to own a team in Europe, and the NBA put a little kibosh to that. Him and Maverick Carter. Maverick Carter trying to raise $5 billion to start their NBA team in Europe, and the NBA said, you know we are, so get out the way and let's throw a little shade on your name and legacy in the process. You follow those breadcrumbs. But now we're giving out exemptions when you're an active player if you want to own a team, which is smart. I mean, it was his best investment ever, but come on, dog. It still counts. No? Okay. The retirements, 2 retirements. I know there's reasons, and his father's death, obviously, rest in peace and respect. But all this is now when I like you, I got something to say that even in excuse or reason, I can justify it. But when I don't like you, how could you miss a game for sciatica? But it's okay to do other things you want to do. Oh, man, I just catch hypocrisy everywhere.
That's what they needed. We're talking about his 13 years in Chicago. That's what he's done. By the way, played 82 games 7 or 8 times. All 82 games. By the way, it was significantly more.
Okay, so we giving respect to duration within a season. We're giving respect to toughness and conditioning and durability and endurance during the season. Okay, let's run with it then. How come we don't do that for a career? Hello, anybody? Hello? Is this on? Is this on? What just happened? I'm finding them buttons, y'all. Y'all better look out. I'm going to get a gunshot one. It's going to be over. Then I'm going to get one and go, Ricky! It's going to be a problem. Real fizz. Right now, he need to hear, Ricky, duck. The hell? So it's okay to play 82 games. Give him a star. Put a star on his helmet. He's amazing. But when somebody plays for, 23 years, he's just doing too much.
More physical back then. You see, somebody like you would have got arrested. You understand? You can't touch him. Can't touch him today. Back then, you could mug him. You understand? They created rules to stop him. You understand? Watch The Last Dance.
Who was he? Now I'm gonna do this, but I will say this: them people that Michael Jordan had to guard, because Pippen was taking the dude, and we all know you can say what you want about today's NBA. It's dudes everywhere. Okay, it's all relative, but there are athletes and ballers everywhere. That NBA, I can't say that, and you know you can't say that. Them dudes didn't even believe in like conditioning. I know it. I played in the NFL. When I played, I was like, damn, they were smoking cigarettes just a few days ago. Now they in the locker room. And then now I look back at my era, I'm like, these dudes have tracking devices on them. They're drones. These dudes are running around in the middle of a play will be like, I wonder what my revolution speed is on my hip flexor on my right side. Oh, okay, let me make this tackle. Come on, man, it's a different world. It's a different world.
When they were talking about Michael Jordan in The Last Dance, and John Sally said one of the biggest components of the Jordan rules was attack him before he gets airborne, because you know he wasn't human, right? That's what he said.
That's what he said. He right. Look, Jordan, my argument is not Jordan isn't there. Is that why we keep pushing LeBron out of there? And LeBron has done everything of record to say I should be there. Jordan has 6. LeBron has 4. A 4 by roaming the streets. Jordan stayed still and built a nice home, nuclear family, wife and kids. He did his taxes. LeBron was like, I'm born into some bull. I'm born to Cleveland. The Cavs ain't doing it. Look at this roster. I got to hit the streets. I'm going to Miami, girl. I'm going to find me a man. He went searching for rings. He had to. Then he came back. Look. I love you. I love you. I just had to go out there and get myself good, okay? I'm good now. I'm coming back home. Got them one. Okay, I'm good. I took care of home. You know I hit them streets. Don't ask no questions. You won't be hurt. I did what I had to do. Use what I got to get what I want, right? All that. Then he come to L.A. because, look, everybody know me. I'm about to pop. Give me some shine. Business decision. He give them one. Now they try to say, that's a bubble. I'm just saying, stop trying to remove LeBron from a conversation he's obviously earned. Even if 4 rings ain't 6, which we know it's not, the way he got them, kind of interesting. All 4 rings aren't earned the same. Just like Jordan's 6 rings, no game 7s, not the same. Okay? But at that same time, all these other accolades. Hey, I love the fact that you played every game that year. But I don't love the fact that you played in 20-some years, in 20-some seasons. Then I know you got bias, dog. And I'm not saying you got bias, Stephen A. I'm knowing you got bias. You said it. I ain't said it. You said it. All right, let's get into this, man. Beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. We still got Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson, speaking of leaving and using what she got to get what she want. We got to talk through that story. Vrabel and Rossini, obviously more updates on that. The top 10 linemen, we got to get into that story. These top 10 linemen, they ain't get it right. I understand I ain't play against all of them, but I know them all. No. And if we got time, we're going to get into that. Jay-Z, Michael Jackson, and Janet Jackson? How y'all beefing? Just enjoy each other, right? Real spit. All right, y'all. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Is it 6 o'clock yet? Nope. Oh, we're going to get to this. Another guy who's not getting fully appreciated. I don't know. It's one day y'all love James Harden. Next day y'all hate James Harden. Tell me what to think about James Harden. I don't know. Let me know.
I don't want to go too long in this. I think analytics failed James Harden.
This is what I'm waiting for.
James Harden would have a ring if it wasn't for analytics.
I've been trying to lead you there.
No, I'm just telling you.
We're going to get back to it. Why?
Yes, because analytics told us that James Harden was the one, right?
Right.
And so now you develop this team around that style of play from an analytical perspective. And you never give James what he needs more than anything is that pick and roll guy. That if I have a pick, like, could you imagine? Just give him that pick and roll guy. And then give him that 3 and D. Because one thing about James.
Give him that 3 and D. Woo-hoo. Let me stop. Analytics sometimes outsmarts itself because the analytics is thinking on a plane that the humans are not, and therefore the humans are trusting in stuff that they should just already instinctively know, right? Like looking at James Harden, all you need is somebody tall, long, that can move and say, attack that rim. Oh, it would have been a wrap. Great point.
He's the one guard that, yes, he can shoot it from 3, but he is an exceptional passer.
Yeah.
So he can make that pocket pass with that big rolling. He can throw the lob. He can hit that guy in the corner.
He shouldn't lead your team in scoring. he should be the second highest scorer on the team.
He should.
The best Harden I ever saw was when I think easily, is when he went to Brooklyn and they took Kyrie off ball. James Harden was running point, and whenever they were healthy, no one had a chance.
Yeah.
But KD is the best scorer, and then Kyrie, and Harden was averaging whatever it was, 22 points a game and playing a perfect point guard.
I'm telling you, analytics failed James Harden.
I swear, it's like Richard said. Nobody asked you all that. He just went on back to his point. Amazing, though. Both of them were right. That Brooklyn version, when healthy, remember the numbers and stats? When healthy. We always had to hear when healthy. When all three play, it was like a 96% win percentage, something stupid. And then it never was all three of them playing. Just way it happened. Fate.
Because James Harden probably could have had, if constructed properly, 2 seasons where he was very close to averaging a triple-double.
Right.
Very close to averaging a triple-double, especially in his prime. Because at one point, say what you want, James Harden was right up there with anybody in the league when he was in his prime.
Yes.
That Houston little era, when he was averaging, 38? It was like insane.
And we fell in love with...
Half a step below the very, very top guys.
Okay, fine. But we fell in love with the three-pointer and analytics of what the three meant, and there was a mishaps there. Because I'm telling you, James Harden on a championship, if you gave him the right guy, and this is the perfect guy to play fantasy basketball with.
Okay.
And I have my guy.
Okay, so let's do that on Wednesday.
Yes,
I want to hear your guy play fantasy basketball.
Yes.
Who do you pair James Harden with to win
And
a
I
championship?
guarantee you he would have won a championship.
All right, let's do some email.
Blah, blah, blah. Well, Wednesday is that today? Oh, yeah. We're going to find out who he thinks. I can't even think. Well, he's talking fantasy? Man, if he would have Blake Griffin, you imagine, Chris Paul's insane. Imagine James Harden when he was James Hardening and Blake Griffin. Imagine that Lob City. God, Lord. That could have been silly. That could have been crazy. Woo, let's keep it going. We're going fast right now. I don't even want to take a break. I just want to show some love to all you guys out there, all the members. Shout out to the top fans as well. Darian the Jedi Knight, him and Nitz, DCD Bums, Andrew Nance, and my man Stomp. Respect to all you guys. I see you members in the chat. I see y'all clowning. Keep the jokes going. I'm going to keep the content going and rolling. We're going to talk about what Michael Irvin felt after he saw this monster, this Dwight Freeney 2.0, this dude right here, Ruben Bang Jr. I'm already saying it on record. He going to be insane. I don't care how short he is or how short his arms are. He built like a fire hydrant. Good luck trying to block that. Moving leverage like that. The dude's a cyclone. He's a Tasmanian devil. He is Freeney 2.0. He's a dude. And then some mishap came back to haunt him in terms of headlines. Unfortunate. Someone lost their life. He got into an accident years ago, and it just found itself right on his lap right before the draft. It's amazing how this works. Some devious people out there. Not saying that we should absolve him of what that was, but that happened years ago. We could have heard about it years ago like we did on draft day.
And I must say this, Dan. These mother brothers out here, they don't ever stop trying to somehow, some way assault us. And what I watched ESPN do was an assault on a young man from Miami, and it was absolutely classless and uncalled for.
Okay, we talking about probably the bottom ticker or, the bottom header saying, or mentioning of the fact that occurred, etc. Just not giving you your highlights in your highlight moment. Why does this matter? Why is even a Michael Irvin feeling the audacity to say this? And he used to work at ESPN. I think he still does. He came back, right? Show up a day or so. It's because we know that they pick and choose what they're going to talk about. Vrabel, Rossini, much more pertinent to the sports world than an accident that already occurred years ago that you guys never talked about. And if you are going to talk about it, can you not do it when the dude is walking out about to give Goodell a hug? Can you not do it just then? Like, you go to a funeral, you're not supposed to talk bad about the person in the casket. Have some decorum, y'all. Come on.
When Ruben Bain's name got called, This is the greatest moment, one of the greatest moments of your life. You're going to look back at this tape all the time and watch when you got drafted. That year you got drafted. In ESPN, when he was walking, Dan, did you see the info bar? It had his arm length. I said, are you shitting me? Are you shit? You mean that you're supposed to have a highlight here, not a low light, not something that everybody's been talking about that has made this man value fall down. You saw what him and his family was going through. I was like, oh my God, man, that's insane.
Yeah, they're going to do it. They'll do it. They'll build you up to tear you down. And then they'll act like, what you talking about? They'll throw rocks and hide their hands. They'll be selective in what they talk about. It's just real crazy.
It was just incredible, and I thought it was so classless of them to do that. How many sacks he has? You talk about led his team to a championship game. Any positive thing supposed to go on that info bar as he walks into the next phase of his life, and it's supposed to be a happy moment. And ESPN put up some that was garbage to me.
Yeah, and look, I'm not here for the slander of a huge entity corporation when I know it's really the work of a few people, but they're working in a culture where they know that's permissible. And they also know they're working in a culture where they have all been told, including people I really deeply am fond of in terms of how they work, like Pat McAfee. Like, I love McAfee, right? Like, just everything he embodies. I ain't seen no Rossini and Vrabel talk. Nothing. But then you'll watch any of those shows and you'll be like, we talking about this? This is what we talking about? That's why. So if you picking and choosing, why are you picking and choosing that? Unreal. Well, here's another thing that's unreal. Tell me what y'all think of this list. I don't know how many of y'all really know offensive linemen. I don't. And I don't really care because you're about to learn. Anthony Munoz is at the top of the top 10 offensive linemen of all time. Okay. This is something you shouldn't lose your voice over. You can't prove any of this. One, this is a non-statistical conversation and category. I can't even talk. They don't get stats. Like, when you hear an offensive lineman's name, it's only for two reasons: a penalty or he is it. Nothing in between. So Anthony Munoz being number one, I seen film of it. It looked like it. Yeah, I'm not, as we said with LeBron and Jordan, let's not be the ones that remove him from the conversation. Okay? We didn't put him into it, but let's not remove him because you have nothing of evidence to remove Anthony Munoz from being the dude. Okay, but let's go. John Hannah. Okay? Reputation, stellar, all that at the same time. Let's just be real. You ain't got to win every argument. You don't know what the hell John Hannah was doing. None of y'all do, because I don't. Jim Otto. These are all names I know. Bruce Matthews. He played forever. How come it's cool when Bruce Matthews played forever and LeBron do it? It's like, whatever. Forrest Gregg. Can't lie. Never heard of him. Respect. I know he was better at football than me. They ain't got my name on no top 10 defensive lineman all time. Respect. But I ain't going to argue it. I'm going to get to my argument. Jonathan Ogden. Yeah, I played against him. Man. Jonathan Ogden was so big, so composed, because he was really nice. Like, he's a nice person, very nice. Nice player, too. Like, he ain't trying to kill you. He just knowing that you ain't going to live. He like, I ain't got to kill you. Good luck trying to get around me. His arms were so long. I mean, so long. He could be at the liquor store and touch you when you go to the mall. Like, you way over there, you just, come here. You're like, I'm across the street. He'd be like, no, grab my hand. He blocked me. Oh, I remember one night I had a sleepless night. We were in Baltimore. I had to play against him. And I'm not going to lie, I had a little rough sleep. I was like, he going to be stabbing me. I got like 2, maybe good rushes, maybe 3 against him. And like, I was low and I got under him one time. I was out. No, of course, no sack. But I don't think so. Joe Thomas, I seen this film. This was insane. I don't know about them Ottos and Hannahs and all that, Greggs. This was insane. I don't think he gave up a sack in his whole career. He was sick. Mike Webster, seen him get off that ball. Ooh, he snapped that ball. He out. Next level. Seen that. Larry Allen, I played with Larry Allen. Mama, there go that man again. I seen him bench press 700 pounds. Yes, I did. I was in Dallas. Big cuz. Rest in peace to the great Larry Allen. And he always had a little dip, a little chew. He was like, cuz. He always giggled. And that was the worst part because you're like, oh, he's laughing. No, he ain't. He laughing at your pain. Bow! The worst thing you can do is play with somebody on this list. I'm going to tell you why. You should know. I'm a defensive end. I got to play with you on my team. Guess when I play against you? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even though those are walkthroughs. Even in a walkthrough, Larry Allen punch you. I got you, cuz. Man, chill. So it's better to play against them on a different team than on your team because you got to see them all day. But it does, iron sharpens iron. And Randall McDaniel, I played against him. He had this weird stance. His leg would be bowed in real crazy. But boy, strong, can move. Really good. I got two issues with this. One's a big issue, one's a little issue. My little issue is there was a time when Tony Baselli, I'm just going to say this name. It was a short time. I understand. But in the NFL, we respect short times like Terrell Davis. TD didn't have a long career, but boy, when he was going, he was gone. I'm looking at it the same way. Y'all ain't got no love for no Tony Baselli? Do y'all remember Tony Baselli? Ask Bruce Smith and Jason Taylor and all them dudes when they used to have them little wars before his shoulder gave. Tony Baselli was a man. That's a little issue, though, because he didn't play long enough at that level. Here's a big issue. The best offensive lineman I ever played against, hands down, and this is no slight to Jonathan Ogden. This is no slight to Orlando Pace. Okay, I came out the same year as Orlando Pace. Walter Jones was the best offensive lineman I've ever seen on film and on the field. I played against Walter Jones, felt like several times. Wow. They said he ran a 4.6 at Florida State. He's like 310. He just was this perfectly compact but big. It's just like he ain't had no fat, but he wasn't super muscular. It was just everything was like, I'm just a big athlete. And I remember one time I got him and I made him have to spin around. But he was so athletic that I beat him on the move, about to go get, I think, Matt Hasselbeck, and he spins under, like, athletically, like, composed. He spins not out of control, under control. And then comes back and just shields me off. And I'm not lying. This is not on any NFL films. This is no highlight for anybody. It made me say, oh, my goodness. It was the best play that ever happened against me. I was like, what? How he come back? Walter Jones is it. If Walter Jones ain't on your list ain't no list. You can't spell list without IT. And Walter Jones is IT. It. So fix your list. Beat up in the comments. Let me know what you think. It's time to get into Megan Thee Stallion. Uh-oh. Sound like Klay Thompson, huh? Well, it used to. We got to talk about Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson and their ugly breakup. We got to do it. It's in the sports world. Let's talk it. Shoot, it don't matter if it's in the sports world, but I feel like talking about it. We're going to get into that. We're also, stick around. We still got a little bit more. We still got the Vrabel and Rossini, the latest updates, all that and more. Shout out to all you guys in there, Stomp, and all the members out there. Let's go. Without further ado, what happened? What had happened? All right, so we all know the power couple that be. I see you with that brush out like you in Poetic Justice. Got them waves cracking, heads down, looking at his lady. Her mouth open. Uh-oh, that's already strike one. Even the security guard is like, damn, she always talking. Strike two. Okay, little things. Now that we know it's over, what I always tell you, every relationship, no matter how long it lasts, you spend half the time breaking up. Stick with me through this segment. You're going to understand what I mean by that. If you've been together 2 years, 1 year was great, other year, not that great. You got to land the plane. Okay, even if you crashing out, you still landing the plane. Because if you cheated as a man, guess what you're going to do? Try and lie and stay in the relationship. Men don't cheat to go somewhere else. I ain't cheating because she better than you. I'm cheating because she different than you. Men are programmed that way. You gotta change your programming. Women, they cheating because you ain't been good to me, whatever that means to them. And more importantly, this other person might be. I'm extending out invitations because they're worthy, right? They cheat to get out the relationship to a degree. Men cheat to stay in a relationship. Just change it up a little bit, reshuffle the deck. Anyway, cheating had me around your whole family playing house. Got cold feet. Holding you down through all your horrible mood swings. Oh, we already there. Bleep. Unnecessary roughness and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous. Bitch. I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all. Thank you for the super chat. Love. Stomp says, I have a homie who said Megan's relationships won't work out until she does right by Tory Lanez. If you believe in karma and all that kind of stuff and direct karma, I'm certain of general karma. You do good, good happens. You do bad, bad happens. But if you believe that, I don't know about Tory Lanez and stuff, but she did them dirty. Here's the thing. Let's go through this real quick before we move on. We're gonna spend some time on this today. Cheating had me around your whole family playing house. No, you had yourself around my family. I invited you. You came. Don't let people play with the leverage. Because you have also heard 1,001 women say, "Oh, I'm not ready for that." I've seen people propose to a woman and she like, "Get up. Don't do that. We're not there yet." "Oh, can I come through? Can we hang? I want you to go on this trip. My parents will be there." I don't know if our relationship is there yet because she's thinking, I don't know about you yet. So when you at his house playing house, guess what? You want to play house. I just provided the home. Don't put that already trying to throw it my way. Got cold feet. Well, I get cold feet because I have reservations. And I know some of those public reservations you can have about Megan. We all see them. I got reservations. But cold feet? No. Slow down. Have we known each other for 2 years? Have we been dating for 2 years? Maybe 1? Slow down. Go through a career with me. Help me land this plane in my NBA career. Relax. It feels like pressure. Holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. First of all, we don't care. And we don't believe you either. We don't believe you. You need more people. Why are you airing that out? Nobody, cares because you stood through it. You played house through it. You were hanging through it. So if you're going to do all that through it, why are you going to now throw it away? This is the problem. A lot of women do this. All of a sudden, revisionist history is he was abusive. Revisionist history, he was a cheater. Revisionist history, he had volatile emotions. All these things that you persevered through, I wonder why. What was in it for you? You volatile mood swings and all this. Why? They don't call the police. They don't do nothing. And then all of a sudden, guess what he was doing to me? What were you doing to yourself? Why would you endure that? Shows me your value or your thoughts of your value. Okay. Now you don't know if you could be monogamous. That's a conversation that every man has pre and post marriage. Maybe you need to learn a little bit more about men. Instead of judging them, won't you listen to them and educate yourself? It's hard out there. I'll tell you why it's hard out there. Maybe you don't watch my show, Megan. Let me help you. Because women have something called a vagina, and it's undefeated. Men say that all the time. You listen to men? Okay, we tell you, it's undefeated. And men who are faithful have to live and be no infidelity, perfect. I got to be perfect. Wait a second. What did you just say, Marcellus? I got something as a woman that's undefeated, and then you have a standard of being perfect. If you're going to be faithful, monogamous, faithful, one woman, rest of my life. My name is Klay Thompson. It sounds like OG Bobby Watson. One woman, I got to be perfect. And you got something, y'all got something that's undefeated. Guess what happens in that logical equation? Failure. So you're going to have to understand what I'm going through, and we got to talk through that. If I'm going to be faithful, you're going to have to come over here and really remove these reservations in a different way and change my programming. because it's a different animal. I need a real break after this one. Oh, you need a break now. After he tells you, he basically says in so many words, he needs a break. Now you need a break. But on the way out, let me kick you or make up some stuff, or it's real, but nobody cares because you dealt with it. Call your balls, strikes, strikes. Call your fouls when you fouled. I hate when people call these retroactive fouls. What? You know in the first quarter, girl, the game almost over. You know in the first quarter, guess what he did, girl? So, y'all need better homegirls. One of your homegirls will be like, shut up. That's the first quarter. Why'd you keep playing? Call a foul. Anyway, so that turns into, okay, you know how the game goes. Meg. They talking about you. And I thought this one is a pretty real breakdown. Cameron will go there. He will go there.
You're going to say I'm hating. Everybody, they just don't want to hear it.
What they don't want to hear.
No, he's talking about Klay. You know, niggas be like, yo, Klay Thompson fumbled Meg the Stallion. And then we got to sit here and fake be careful with our words.
Thank you. Why didn't I show y'all? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. The whole PC culture. We can look, if this is a story and she gets to get the first shot off, I got to break up with this cheating, can't be monogamous, cold feet athlete. And then on the way, oh yeah, he had these horrible mood swings and craziness. Oh, all bets are off. First of all, the bets shouldn't even be on. We should talk about things thoroughly and real from the beginning. But if we not, it's certainly going to be this example.
So that niggas don't feel offended. You rap about being a hoe. Mad rappers fucked you. And then Klay Thompson fumbled. But we got to be politically correct. The status say, no, I don't think so. She's doing her thing.
As I saw in the comments, I want to give you credit, baby. I don't know where you went, but a lot of comments in there. Here we go. Stomp said, all I'm going to say is that you're a wife before you're a wife. And she ain't look like no wifey material. That's the thing about this whole like promiscuous conversation. Like women, stop thinking that when a man is talking about all these women and y'all think he's the cool guy and, oh, it's unfair in this world. Men sleep around, it's okay. And then women sleep around, it's not okay. You need to go deeper. If a man is sleeping around, you know you don't need, and you don't like that, which you shouldn't have interest in him. Why are you letting society tell you that that guy's cool? Because I know how it goes. When you the man, you get more women. Right? And so you going to play along with that when you know that's some BS? I know a lot of dudes that are not promiscuous. They don't even talk like that. Real dudes. Like it's almost to a point you get to an age and it's immature to be talking about notches on your belt and girls you mess with. Now, we ain't gonna ever stop thinking somebody fine, somebody attractive. Ooh, look at her, good Lord, right? We always gonna think that. But the actual execution and time consumption and dealing with the madness that comes with, if you knocking down girls, guess what? Somebody gonna be knocking at your door with some BS. You're gonna end up having a baby mama. You're gonna end up having diseases. You're gonna end up having a brother of hers at your door or an ex of hers at your door. You're gonna have something come in your world that ain't fresh. Trust me. You ain't gonna like it either. Okay? Simple as that. Or you're gonna have to deal with the fact that as a woman, no, you don't get even in that. And I think this gender game that's being played right now has women thinking they getting even. Women's empowerment. Oh, girl, if they can do it, what's good for the goose, good for the gander. No, it's not. Because it's not even good for them. Or you think the divorce rate's so high because a lot of men been in them streets for so long getting all these girls, all these notches, then they try to lock themselves up in a cage and call themselves married because they actually met a good girl too late. It's just like you ain't practiced all year and then all of a sudden you're going to play in the biggest game of your career. You're going to be sorry. I don't care how good you look. You're not going to be that good. You certainly ain't going to be perfect as a man needs to be because you're out of shape. Oh, y'all getting it twisted.
That is important.
Yo, she talks about. All right, so let's just have a conversation.
There we go.
What
That's
she's
what
rapping.
I came for.
The name of my song is called Wet Ass Pussy, right? Then she promotes having wet ass pussy and fucks mad other rappers, and then you get with a nigga, he don't want to be monogamous and he fumbled.
Okay, now let me just make a distinction. I'm not using her art against her. I'm not. I'll use her interviews and I'll use her talking and the stuff that I've seen. I won't use her art against you. Just like when we get mad at the rappers, all of a sudden they got them on trial and they say, do you know you said you used the AK-47? Ice Cube with a Jerry curl ain't never used no AK-47. Ice Cube with the Jerry curl ain't never shot nobody. But here's a little something about a homie like me. Never should have been let out the penitentiary. Ice Cube ain't never been to the penitentiary. So let's not use her content against her, her imagery against her. We will use her against her, though. We've heard her talk. We've seen her Instagram lives and stuff, okay? I know that's brand building, but oh well, that's personal. Songs are songs. You just in a thong on a Wednesday in your closet talking about which one is this? That ain't wifey.
What's the thinking? I don't know the thinking.
And she said he's supposed to settle down. How is he going to settle down if she preaching sluttery?
Stat.
I just feel like
Stat, let me stop you. You speaking on behalf of the AKAs before the show. You talked about being an AKA.
Yeah, I'm speaking on behalf of my personal own thought process.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with anybody else, no organization, none of that. I just feel like you know who you decide to date. Like, it's not like it was a secret. It's not like anything was hidden. That was always her career. That was always her song. If that's not something that you wanted to be part of, you didn't have to date the girl.
Okay, but don't act like that's the reason why he got cold feet. He could be like, your body count, I ain't even asked you. I'm not caring about all that. Because a lot of times as a man, we feel like we want to have impact. When we meet you, we want to see a change. I don't care where this airplane was flying at, 30,000 feet. I wanted to be at 32 now. Just go up a little more, smooth the air up there. I'm here with you. I'm your co-pilot. We not tripping on body counts like that. We tripping on what the body count means, not who. You don't even know. A girl could tell you 1 and you be like, oh, she great. She could really have 100. Girl could tell you 100. But she change up and she don't act like that no more. The only thing a man can't deal with is that you still that. Your body count means you are that. Or worse, everybody in that body count keeps coming my way, invading my space, invading my personal space, my privacy. That means they throwing it in my face. That means they don't respect you. You think it's about the dude and the number. No. If your body count is your body count and it stays in y'all's world, that means they respect you. Let's keep it 1,000. Who hasn't dated someone that it didn't work out and y'all kept it between y'all why it didn't work out, and you ain't slandering her post, and then when you see her or you see him, you ain't walking around to hey, you know her? Psh, did that, all that. Oh yeah, you ain't. If they don't know, they don't know. And that's how it dies out. And that's how you can actually lie if you're a girl about your body count, because nobody talking about it. The point is, nobody's really tripping on body count. It's the meaning behind it. Are the guys respecting you? Are they throwing it in your face? Are you throwing it in my face? Which makes me think about that body count, which makes me think you ain't changed. You ain't in no higher ground.
But that's the whole thing is too. Hold on, Merk. The whole thing is, and don't be mad when I decide to leave.
I just
think, how you gonna force them to stay?
It's not forcing somebody to stay, but also if you don't want to stay, and these are her words, I don't know their relationship, I don't know these people, but from what she said, if you don't want to stay, you don't have to cheat. You can just be like, I just think we should go our separate ways and leave it at that.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna part 2 this, blah, 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 because they gave us enough to just run. Here's the thing. We don't know, based off of that post, exactly the tense, present tense, past tense, future tense. We don't know. Like cold feet means, I don't know, this is starting to get real serious and I'm not feeling it. Cold feet could also mean like, look, you talking a lot more in depth than I am. I just wanted to have a great time. It could mean a lot of things. And then I can't be monogamous means I haven't cheated yet. I just might. I know me. I'm already at that place where it's just bombarding me with the thoughts. I got close. I was thinking too much. I was putting things in motion. Do you want to catch me out slipping like Dak Prescott just broke off his engagement, his ex-fiance. And she was saying because he creeping through the social media streets with fake accounts. This is her words. Point being, he could be like, yo, I know me and I know where I'm headed. And I'm trying to protect you. So let me talk to you, not to the world. Okay? When I said let's be committed, let's be together, I didn't tell the world first. Matter of fact, I didn't tell the world. I showed the world. Why don't you just talk to me and then they can see and you can show them we're not together anymore. Let them guess. But let's respect what we had. No, first thing you do, I'm not even done with the conversation. You already logged in. You're already sending your posts to protect your name and image and likeness. This is why dudes don't like dating famous girls and vice versa, because it turned into PR. When it's supposed to be about you and her, it's turning into PR. I got to make sure my name's straight. Do you? You really do? That bad? To the point where you're going to make me look like this. Oh, okay. See, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. I don't think Klay is built like this. Me knowing Klay, I've known Klay since he was little because his dad, Michael Thompson, used to work with me. So I used to see Klay all the way through the ages. Man, it's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, he is winning. But the point is, that's what we doing? You want me to talk about you? He ain't raised that way. He raised from good family, good dude. I don't think he gonna blast her. But he could, I'm certain. If you with anybody, you got dirt on him. She talking about cold feet. I tell you exactly how I feel. When I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, he ain't long for this. Check this out. Look at this dinner. First of all, let's just look. As you can see, this looks like a big deal. Whatever this is. He got on the tux. I see tuxes everywhere. I see people locked in on stage. Okay, this is supposed to be, we on our elegance. We are being elegant tonight.
Doesn't make sense.
Okay, I don't want to hear this. I just want to see this. Okay, I'm the producer here. I'm DJ such and such. Okay, right now, I see one hand in the air, and I don't think anybody on stage asked a question. So put your hand down. Look at this face. This is not a face of, oh, what they're saying is really interesting. Because that's a face of, oh, what they talking about? Oh, interesting. Oh, this is kind of cool. These are the faces back there. This face is, I'm not here. You're behind your own eyes. You're not there. Watch it. Watch it. That's a social cue. If you ever been in a relationship, you better look right now. If you like her, you will look. If you love her, you will look. If you ain't feeling her, you letting her be. You're there, but you want to separate. Come on, y'all. We all been there. Look, 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 look. Any questions? This boy checked out. And she is too checked in. Look, it's so bad that you see her, she like, oh, really? I bet she on some like, why you representing us like that? Right? All that stuff, especially if that's her man. She like, oh, why are we doing it? Look at that. You look like you at the top of your lungs trying to scream out 38X Omaha. Like, what are you saying in this moment that no one else is feeling and saying? I give it to you. I got 3 daughters. I told my daughters there are some borders. It's a way that everybody should act. At a certain point, you got to stop. That was a pronounced blink. Oh. This is all bad. This is all bad, y'all. I'm gonna tell you why it's all bad. Because he ain't connecting to none of that. Body language expert who I am. And she's talking about his horrible mood swings. What is that? That's me being me, unapologetically me. Okay, well, you gonna be with you. Because nobody dealing with that. You don't know how to act. It's packed. You don't know how to act. We the max. We VIPs. We in the back. Right here, I think she realized it. I lost him. And she wearing, whoa, they got engaged? Don't be faking the wedding. Don't be faking the engagement. And we just kicking it, girl. Now, let me just balance this out. Because if you Klay, I know you probably didn't land the plane as smoothly as she desired. It looks like you just finally said enough. You probably said enough. And then you just try to make up reasons and grander excuses to get up out of there. Because, look, she's still fine as all outdoors. Lord. Oh, my God, it's insane. She's beautiful. Problem is, the curse of the gifted. What's the curse of the gifted in sports? The most talented ones skip steps. They ain't got to do all that. I ain't doing bag drills. I'm good. Or I'm going to do them half speed. Man, it's a bag drill. Where the game at? Okay? That works until you meet somebody talented like you who did the bag drills. What's the curse of the gifted for women? Beautiful women. I ain't got to work on all that character and all that personality and all that kind of stuff. How many times we all seen a fine girl and then you be like, oh my God, stop talking. Because you are ruining the image I had of you before I said hello. Right? It's a different pool. And as a man, oh my God, what's the curse of the gifted for a man? Right? Like, the curse of the gifted is he's accomplished. He's got accolade. He's the man. And then he think his stuff don't stink. I ain't got to do all that. I got people that do that. Like, he out of touch. You don't like this girl? Move on. I got more. He think that everything is just commodity because he's won in power. Then he realizes, damn, I let a good one go by. I let a great one go by. Because all he doing is, reckon by a new one. A crew run, a crew run. Y'all got to rock with me. Beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. We got to do the Vrabel Rossini update, and then we out of here. Damn, I always skipping topics. Love to you guys real quick. Love, love, love. That's how the game goes. Let's break this down real quick. What's new? I just want to give you a little quick update. It's like a newsflash. I generally get 90% or so of predictive analysis on sports correct. So bookmark this. Mike Vrabel will either get fired or take an extended leave of absence, likely resulting in him missing the year. It is not all out on him. I believe more will come out. Wow. To be honest, having an affair with a woman before her marriage, through 2 pregnancies and birth of children is low down trash. Resigned today. Okay. There's a lot of conversation of now the avalanche is coming his way. I've heard that. There are people, they even have some reports out there, legitimate reports, that they're looking at Mike Tomlin and be like, look, I know you just got paid. I know you're going to NBC, but are you sure? Like, they're trying to figure out a plan B in case plan A starts getting shaky. We really don't know how this is all going to play out, including the most important way. What if they start off losing? Super Bowl hangover. Not Super Bowl champion hangover. Super Bowl, we got close. We didn't do it. Lose a couple games. Vrabel looks different on the sideline, even though he's the exact same. People going to look at him differently. Y'all know how the game goes. They setting him up for failure. Many fans are calling for New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel to step down or face a suspension, claiming that Diana Rossini was given inside information that could have affected free agency of where people signed. That's why I cover the story. I know for a fact because I've been on both sides. If I'm messing with a reporter, trust me, the coverage of Marcellus Wiley is going to be flattering. Trust me. While we getting down in the boogie down, I'm getting all my love. So what you going to say about me tomorrow? I'm going to say how all these double teams and triple teams you dealing with and you still getting sacks, you the man. Thank you, baby. You think, whatever. I don't know. I feel like right now I'm just saying the obvious. Tomorrow we got to do Michael Beasley on Stephen A. Smith. That's next level. Really next level. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. So respect to all you guys for rocking with me. Happy birthday to my man Marshawn Lynch, who had a birthday party in L.A. last night. I didn't make it out because I never make it out. But shout out to my boy Jamil who threw that. It was his party and it was somebody else he had his party with. Let me look at this. Let me look at my calendar real quick. It was dope. I was like, I wanted to go for real. I actually wrote it in my calendar, which means I was really thinking about it. Too short, Marshawn Lynch. I was like, that sounds like a night. Then I'll come home and say, baby, I don't know if I could be monogamous. Love you guys, man. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and become a member. Y'all becoming members? I actually see y'all. Respect for y'all for doing that. Have a beautiful, amazing day. It's time for me to take the itty bitties to school. I got some therapy going on, yoga every day. I'm trying to get right, man. And apologizing to my wife every single day. I love her. I love my wife. Just apologize to who you love. I got to get to my daddy. I got to get there. It's going to take some time, but I'm going to get to my daddy. Love to my dad. I'm going to call him today and talk that talk. Love to all you guys, okay? Get it in. Don't let nobody stop you from being your greatest version of yourself. All right? Y'all know how the game go. They get that thing rolling. Praise. It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I think the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration